Hi, thanks for joining us today on Real Estate Insiders TV. I'm Danny Poulos with the Elite Lending Team at Blue Chip, and our guest today is Billy Hineline. He's an author. He's with the FWH Professional Group. He's also a real estate consultant. He's a sales trainer, and his second book just came out. The first book was The Seller's Guide to Today's Homeowner, and the new book is The Fundamentals of Selling Real Estate. So we're going to get right into what the new book's about. But Billy, take a second first. Remind everybody what you do and how long you've been doing it.
Okay, my name is William Hineline. I'm the president of FWH Professional Group. We're a real estate consulting firm located in Palm Beach Gardens. We mostly consult sellers. Today we're also training realtors, and we've been around the industry for over 30 years in every aspect of the real estate industry.
That's awesome. And you're talking to the right person when you talk about how to not only train sellers on how to sell their homes and the specifics, but also training realtors on how to make money at their business.
Absolutely,
really.
Absolutely.
So let's get right into that, because that's what this new book is about. Sure. The name of it is Fundamentals of Selling Real Estate. And you know, we all know that realtors have to be licensed.
Correct.
They've got to have a certain degree of education. They have to have continued education every couple of years. How is that different from sales training?
Well, in every state, there's the broker, who's the boss, and then there's agents. Most agents are called an associate's license or a sales license. Now, when you take real estate courses, they teach you the law, they teach you the structure of the industry, what governmental agencies you got to be responsible. They don't teach you how to do the business. They don't teach you how to sell. So now you've got a license, you can do business, but you don't know how. So
it seems that what they're teaching people is to protect the public.
Correct.
So that you're
Ethics.
not breaking laws,
Sure.
Ethics, everyone's following the same procedure, they know what's expected of them
Sure.
as part of the transaction. But listen, you got to have a transaction first, right?
Exactly right.
You got to have buyers and sellers, and
Sure.
that doesn't seem like any of that's really covered, except in how you're supposed to deal with them.
Yeah.
But how to bring them to a table and do business is not really covered in the training, right?
How to get them to the table.
Right.
Sure.
So let's go into like real specific things about the book, because everyone's going to want to buy the book and read it anyway.
Sure, sure.
But let's give them some good examples. Closing mistakes.
Okay.
And of course, one of them we always talk about is lack of closing as a major mistake. But let's pick out something specific, a mistake that an average agent might make as part of closing, which is closing, meaning getting the deal.
I tell you what's amazing to me. There are so many, in all kinds of sales, not just real estate,
right,
but also in real estate. They will know everything there is to know about that house. They'll know everything there is to know, but they won't ask for the sale.
Right.
They won't ask that person they spent 4 hours with, do you want to buy this place? Let's put in an offer. They don't ask for it.
They just think that if they impress them enough with the information they have, the person's going to come running in with their checkbook and say, wait, stop talking, I want to give you a check right now.
It doesn't happen that way.
Right.
And, and not only that, we call them test closings. It's a sales pitch. Throughout your presentation, take their temperature.
Right.
And then the other thing is, when they say yes, stop talking, start writing.
Right.
People talk past the sale. When somebody says, I want to do it, we should put an offer in, stop telling them about the property.
Right. So
let's go sit down and write an offer now.
in no sense giving yourself an opportunity to say the wrong thing.
Yes. You can talk yourself out of a deal just as well.
Well, sometimes I think salespeople don't see the deal coming, so it sort of goes by and they don't even realize that the sale's already been made. But again, these are not things you're going to learn in your real estate school. You're going to learn how to talk about the house.
And another thing that realtors make a lot of talk less, listen more. How are you going to know what that customer's hot buttons are if you don't let them get a word in?
Right.
They don't need to know everything you know about everything. Talk. It has to be an interaction. And you start realtors, you start gathering information at hello on the very first call.
I mean, that's where the relationship starts, right? It's not just the knowing about your business and knowing about the house, but the person's going to do business with someone that they're comfortable with, and the relationship's got to start someplace.
They may tell you something that's important to them on that phone call that never gets mentioned again.
Right.
You need to remember that.
And it may be the difference of you getting the sale later on.
It may help you close it 3 months later because you remember that statement.
Absolutely. So I think a lot of people come out of school, not only that, maybe experienced salespeople too. And they think the most important thing is that they know everything. They have to be able to answer every question. And I think it's a mistake in any business that people make.
You're absolutely right. First of all, nobody knows everything. It is much worse to give them a wrong answer. You don't know how much that person knows.
Right.
It is better to say, I don't know, and I will find that answer for you, than to give something that's wrong. They know it's wrong. You just lost total credibility with that client. You're done.
I just know because I've used that myself.
Sure.
If I'm talking to somebody and they don't know what I know, maybe about mortgage lending,
sure,
I may throw out a mortgage question.
Sure.
Because you're really done. Once somebody crosses that threshold and you know they're talking about something that they don't know about.
Yeah.
Man, what'd you say? Say I don't know, right?
Yeah. Not only that, in real estate, don't guess at these answers. You could be sued later. If you give them the wrong answer and they buy because something you just said, you could be in trouble for a long time.
What's an example of that? Can you think of something?
HOA fees. They're $200. They're really $900. That person closes, they can sue you.
Absolutely.
You know, or the taxes. A big thing. You realtors always tell people to check the current taxes. They'll give a tax quote on somebody that's owned their house 20 years and it's
I've seen it time and time again.
Homesteaded. And the guy buys it based on those taxes, and now they're like three times as much. This is all.
And how about not giving, even if you didn't give the information at all, you've got buyers, and again, I've seen this time and time again, that choose what house they're going to buy because they're looking at the old tax rolls.
Oh, yeah.
And looking about, well, the taxes are $500 less on this house. Meantime, the other house is an identical house right next door.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the realtor is the person to come in, and that's really part of the close. And then having that information makes you a valuable person to them.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
So don't mind saying I don't know, but it is still important to know as much as you can.
Yep. And if you don't know, find out. And if it's a legal question or it's a tax question, send them to their accountant or to their attorney. They tell you day one in real estate school, particularly about you are not a lawyer, you do not practice law. Absolutely.
Now let's talk about another specific mistake that people may make. How about, what do you think about giving an offer on a house over the telephone?
Oh, yeah. You never want to do that. Realtors, particularly new realtors, nothing good comes out of giving an offer over the phone. What you're doing is you're just giving that listing office, we like to think they're all ethical. They're not, but most of them are. But here's what could happen. I got a story for that.
Okay.
Up north, Pennsylvania, where I come from, there was a listing, and it was listed at $100,000. And the listing agent knew that client's bottom line was $80,000. Another office showed the property, and they called, we're going to be putting in an offer today for $65,000.
Right.
The agent said, I know my client's not going to take that. The other office said, we spoke with your client,
oh my gosh,
and they said they would take $65,000. Now, first of all, realtors, you can't. If you're the seller, the buying agent, you cannot negotiate with that person. You got to go through the other agent. Not just a good idea. You'll get your hand slapped for this. But what happened was that agent, the listing agent, had another buyer that was willing to pay $70. Before that offer came in, they had the contract done, inked. It was done. It was sold. Put your offer in writing and make them present it. Do not give them information over the phone. Nothing good can come from it, only bad stuff.
All they did was give information that ended up shooting themselves in the foot, really.
That other agent cost himself a sale.
So the right way to do it would have been what?
Write the offer, present the offer, make it be presented to the seller.
So the seller would have at least had to look at it.
Because what would have happened there is that seller would have countered, the buyer probably would have bought it, and the agent in the middle would have never had time to go get the other offer inked.
Right.
You would have saved your deal. But by giving that information up front, you just cost yourself a sale. You're not the only one looking at this property, especially if it's a good property. There's a lot of people looking at this. There's offers, and if you find out there's a low ball that the seller's going to take it, there's offers going to come out of the woodwork.
I mean, that's a great tip. If you just learned one thing today, just never to give your offer over the phone.
That's right.
You may save yourself a transaction, make a difference in your yearly income.
And even if it's a low ball, understand that listing agent is required by law to present that offer. You don't need to tell them on the phone what the offer is. Just put it in writing and get it to them.
And you spoke earlier about whether everybody's playing by the same rules.
Sure.
Mistake, assuming that everybody is playing by the rules?
Big mistake. Here's the deal. It's like, there's In Palm Beach County alone, there's over 7,000 licensed realtors.
Really?
And I would say, I'll be sparing and generous, say 90% play by the rules. You're going to run across that other 10% on a regular basis. Now, little things like, let's say you've got a client flying in and they want to see a property. You have to make sure you call the agent. They don't get back to you. You got a day or two, you call the broker. They're probably got another offer working, and they're going to keep you at bay until they get it under contract. Now you just lost the house for your client. So make sure, don't wait, because then, and there's 100 ways that they can not play by the rules.
So the step would be, first step, call their broker. What if you still don't get anything?
If they still don't get anything, you tell your broker to call their broker, and now it's becoming a situation where that agency can get their hands slapped.
Right. And when you say not everyone's playing by the rules, it doesn't mean that people are being unscrupulous on purpose either. I mean, there's a lot of rules, and there's agents that are less experienced, and you got to be the person that's keeping it all together.
Sure, there could be less experience, and it's not always illegal. Maybe unethical, but it's not illegal.
Right.
And it's that fine line, and some people walk right up to it.
So you, number one, I guess, if you're a new agent or even experienced agent, you would be best reading the book, Fundamentals of Selling Real Estate, because it's full of all tips like this. And I know in a lot of the major companies, they've got pretty big training programs and sales training programs in place. But if you think, and they're excellent, a lot of them, but they're sort of educating for the masses. You've got a one-on-one kind of training program too, right?
Well, we have a one-on-one program that we offer. You can give us a call. We'll sit down with you one-on-one. It's about a 3-hour course, take you A to Z, and very valuable information.
So this is something where a broker might be interested in having you come in to do one-on-one with their agents rather than do it themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, great service. You don't hear about that a lot.
30 years of experience, thousands of transactions behind this. It's not just something we made up.
Excellent. Tell everybody, Billy, how they reach you, because I think you'll not only be hearing from agents, but you're going to be hearing from brokers that maybe need a little help with their training program.
You can reach me at, you can go to our website, fwhprogroup.com. You can email me at fwhprogroup@gmail, or call me direct at 561-290-5207. We look forward to helping you and your family.
And look forward, how would they get the book?
Coming out in 2 months. It'll be available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all your local book stores.
Excellent. So you might also want to look into the first book, Seller's Guide to Today's Homeowner. Thanks for joining us today, Billy. Always great to see you.